Hey everyone, before we get into the topic of today's video, I do want to make a quick announcement. If you've not joined the Facebook group already, I've already made the announcement in there. But I'm starting up a series on YouTube called Ask Kris, where once or twice a week, I will pick someone who posts a question on my website. So if you go to the website below, you can post your questions, and I will pick 1 to 2 people a week, a 30-minute consultation call, and I can help you with whatever issue you're having, no matter how big or how small, and then I will upload a portion of that to YouTube. And the whole reason I'm doing this is because oftentimes I do these calls with people and I think, wow, there's some awesome information here, or maybe this person's particular issue I'm thinking might resonate well with a lot of other people. So if you are interested in that, feel free to check that out in the description below and book a call with me. All right, guys, thank you so much, and let's get to today's topic. Today, I thought it would be fun to give everyone an update of what's going on in my e-commerce business. And what better way to do that than to go over some orders that we've placed over the last few weeks. Now, my business partner and I, over the last 23 days, have placed about $60,000 worth of orders, so that's $30,000 per person. And I want to go in behind the numbers, how much time was spent crafting up each order, and also I'm going to be addressing the virtual assistant problems we had and how we addressed them and how we're currently automating certain aspects of the business. And the whole reason I'm making this video is because I see a lot of people not start, or they're hesitant to start. I honestly think there's no time better than now to start any kind of e-commerce or online business. And hopefully after watching this, you feel the same way as well. Hey everyone, my name is Kris, and for those of you who haven't been following my channel or who don't know who I am, I've been sharing different ways I make money online, and we primarily sell name brand products on Amazon.com. And we buy these products from distributors, manufacturers, directly from the brand, closeout companies. We're all over the place at this point, and I thought this would be such an awesome thing to show. I've got these stack of invoices in front of me, and I thought it'd be super fun to show because there's so many different types of suppliers we're buying from right now, and I want to address each one. How much inventory did we buy, and hopefully there's something you can take away from this. Now, I do want to say that going into this video, I want you to think of 2 bottlenecks to when it comes to selling on Amazon, right? You have time, and then there's money. And a lot of the times, if you see people, they're like, oh, I sell books on Amazon, or they do retail arbitrage. A lot of the times that's time consuming. You can spend $100 to make $1,000, but did you spend a whole day sourcing to do that, 2 days sourcing? In this business model, you may spend, like for example, today, there were a couple suppliers we purchased from, spend $10,000 to make $3,000. And that may seem like a lot, and like it's not, and by making $3,000, I mean making $3,000 on top of the $10,000 you spent. So you bring back $13,000 in total. So you made $3,000. And to some people, this may not seem like a good idea, or it may not seem advantageous, but it's super beneficial when it comes to scaling. And oftentimes you can scale by not even using your own money. You can use other people's money. Credit lines, different third-party applications, which I will address in another video. But I don't want to get too far off topic. Let's go ahead and talk about some of these invoices that we purchased from right here. So this first one is an actual opportunity buy, meaning that they only had a set number of pallets. They may never get this item again. And we spent roughly $9,500. Now, this particular purchase was our second time purchasing it. I believe this purchase right here was a 21% ROI, meaning that you take 0.21 times the 9,500, and that's about what we made. So a little under 2K. And the first time we bought this item, it was about a 27% ROI. And this is about 3 weeks worth of inventory. So that means that we will incur that just under 2K profit in that period of time, plus however long it takes for Amazon to pay us back. Now, the reason why this is so great is because this supplier ships directly into Amazon. So we're literally like, hey, here's the money. They ship it into Amazon for us. It gets there, it sells. We just have to maintain price points at that point. Yeah, we had to spend that much money to make that, but at the end of the day, it's like we bring back $2,000 profit in our business. I think that's a good low risk buy. Now, the next 2 orders I'm going to have up on the screen, and the reason why I have them up simultaneously these are beauty suppliers. And these beauty suppliers, there's 2 that we purchase from every week. And once again, we just tell them, hey, we want this. They ship it into Amazon for us. And these two particular buys, I believe it was a 30% ROI. It was a $3,100 order and a $1,000 order. So nothing crazy. But today with these two suppliers, we spent in total about 10K to bring back 3. And these are beauty suppliers. And what's great about these guys, we have our virtual assistants run the list for us. And in essence, we're just looking at what products we want to go in on with how many quantities we want to buy. And I want to say average length of inventory on this was about 2 weeks. So we usually on these types of orders, we buy about 2 weeks worth, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, just depending on the item. But really happy with this. And once again, I would have shown you guys the orders we placed today. I just don't have the invoices for them yet. So they have not been generated. Now the next 2 orders I have up on the screen, these are online arbitrage orders, meaning that right now we have 7 private expat sites we buy from. I buy from these 7 sites once per month, and my business partner buys from them 7 times once per month. And that comes out to be 14 orders total, and they range between 1.2K and about 2K per order. It just depends on the site. And by private expat, what I mean is that there's a software for online arbitrage that we use called Tactical Arbitrage, and there are ways to install sites that no one else or maybe only a handful of other people have in the website. And the ROI on these orders are roughly 30%, meaning that, if we're both spending in total, let's say 1.5K times 7, so 10.5K total spend per month. That means that off these 7 sites, we're both bringing back, over 3K profit per person. So 6K total in the business, which is great. And prices are pretty steady, and it may fluctuate a little bit, but you can kind of go from there. Really nice addition, and always looking for more sites like that. If you guys are interested on how I found my private expat sites, let me know in the description below, and maybe it's something I make a video on in the future. The last invoice I have up on the screen is from a supplement company, and this is an actual brand. So the brand, and we have about 3 supplement brands we're purchasing from right now direct, and it really varies on how much we spend with each of these companies per month, but it could be anywhere from 10K total amongst all 3 to 20K total. And we might buy twice a month, we might only buy once a month. But I would say the average ROI on these orders is about 30 to 40%. So in this particular example, it's a $3,700 order. So I think this one was a 40% ROI. So, do the math on that, 3,700 times 40%. And what is that, like about $1,000, give or take. So I don't have the numbers in front of me right now. When it comes to all of our suppliers, I wanted to just give you an idea of who we're buying from and just the wide array of different people we're purchasing from. It makes things exciting. And now I want to talk about the virtual assistant situation, because this does correlate to how much time we have to put in, right? Because it was a month or 2 ago, we had one virtual assistant for about a year, and we ended up having to get rid of him. It just didn't end up working out. The work efficiency wasn't where we wanted to be. Kind of like he was wearing more than just one hat. He would do so many different things. So when we had to give him the boot, we were literally doing everything at that point. We went into the hiring process saying, okay, we're going to segregate duties now. That way, if one person ends up leaving, that way we're only left with that one person, and we're also going to have instructional videos. So if, for example, he does leave, maybe not only can he give us some time ahead, but also we can train that person with the exact same training videos. And we already have a pool of people to pick from based on our hiring process. So right now we have 3 main VAs. The first one, he runs our list. And so those beauty lists that I was talking about, where we just tell them what products we want. We have the virtual assistant. We trained him up on running product lists. And so we can give him the list over the weekend, we get it, and then we can analyze really quickly, hey, we want to order this, or maybe we want to go in on this based on our criteria. Now, the second virtual assistant we have, he also can help with lists if he needs to. He's not as well versed on these lists specifically because he also does supplier research. And our supplier research is really on one main method, the Google method, which I've not really put out a video on, but he does really a lot of Google research. And he's doing anywhere from 2 to 6 hours per week at this point, and hopefully scale him into that. But at this point, we have so many brands and distributors to reach out to. It's a lot, so we just need to work on reaching out to them. And the last virtual assistant, which we've just brought on, is to help with the online arbitrage process. So that means that, 5 hours a week or 7 hours a week, he's not only adding to cart some of these, he's logging into our accounts on some of these websites to put in our online arbitrage orders, but he's also looking through some TA scans, some product lists, and going from there. And that's kind of how our business is shaping up at this point. The reason why I'm making this video is because I get so many people who ask me, Kris, what's going on? How are things going? And this is just kind of a very, very broad overview level of this business. And I'm extremely excited because if I really wanted to at this point, I could work less than 10 hours a week if I really wanted to. Now, we're not doing that because we're working on closing deals and building up suppliers and automating certain parts for months down the road to where we can even be farther along. And honestly, I really enjoy it. So that's kind of where we're at. I think it's an amazing opportunity. I feel like I'm actually building something as opposed to back when I was just going out and doing a bunch of arbitrage. But let me know what you guys think in the description below. Where are you at in your e-commerce business? What do you do? Do you even sell on Amazon? Because I get people all the time who sell on multiple platforms. So let me know. Thank you so much for your time. If you have not joined the Facebook group yet, do so in the description below. Awesome community in there. I'm pretty active and just always keeping people up to date with things I'm up to. So once again, join that Facebook group if you already haven't. But other than that, I will see you guys next time.